So today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing a Ryobi 1 Plus 18 volt cordless chainsaw. So I've got it because I already have a battery and a battery pack for some other tools from Ryobi, and my old chainsaw is getting a bit broken, so we're going to open this up, we'll compare it to another chainsaw that I have and see if it's any good. So just bear with me whilst I get all this wrapping off. It has just been posted, so it has come with a ton of bubble wrap on it. So this is what we have. So this is it. They retail at £190. It comes with a 4 amp battery and a charger, which on the Ryobi website these are £100 alone. The box has got a bit of damage. I got this off eBay as a brand new item that just had some light damage to the box. It was £130, so I saved £50 because of that box. To be honest with you, the box is probably be going in the bin after this review. There's no real need to keep the box. So, from opening, hopefully you can see that, I'll just check. Yeah. We've got a charger, which will charge the 2.5 amp battery I have upstairs, as well as this 4 amp battery which is here. So I will need to charge this up before I can review it. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop this on charge. The 4 amp battery, I believe you can get close to 40 cuts. The 2.5, you get close to 25 cuts. Here it goes all the way up to 9 amps, but they're quite expensive. You get roughly 90 cuts. So I'll be charging both of these up at the same time. I have the 2.5 amp upstairs on charge, and I'm going to put this one on charge now. So that's on charge, so we get a protector sleeve, which is important to keep it protected. You don't want this chainsaw breaking, not the pricey one, and the saw part itself. And then you get this. So you put your oil in here. I have some oil from my old chainsaw, so I'll show popping that in later on. The battery sits here. I know on the older ones it's sat elsewhere, so now it's got 50-50 weight distribution. Obviously this chain's not on. When the chain and everything's on, we'll do it again and it should sit more like this. We've got a safety guard here, so it is for right-handed people. If you're left-handed, I'm not sure what chainsaws you can find that are safe for left-handed, because they all seem to be right-handed market for some reason. And it has a safety on here, so you can't pull that trigger unless you've pulled this safety on the top. You pull the safety, the trigger goes in. You can't pull it if not, which is a nice safety feature to have. And also, with it being brushless, you don't have to take this side casing off to adjust the chain and tighten the chain or loosen the chain. You can do it through this mechanism. There's two parts that spin here. What else have we got in here? So there's an instruction booklet, a warranty, and that just says there's 150 tools that can use this battery. So as I said, I've got an impact driver upstairs, which is a Ryobi, and I've got a cordless saw as well, so we can share the battery. So that is the chain. I don't think that's a spare chain. Oh, and you've got a, that's cute, isn't it? Bar and chain oil comes with it. So I've got my own upstairs, but I might as well get rid of that little tub first. And then the rest of it, just cardboard box, so that can be binned as well. And I'll get rid of that bag. So yeah, in here, you can tell it's new because it's all sellotaped up. So we're fine with that. So this is a 300 model. I should probably say what the model was. I'm not sure what the difference is. There's an O and there's an R at the start of some of these, but the one that are on the website starts with an R, so that's the one I decided to go for. So it's a Ryobi 18 volt 1+ system, so it works with any other 1+ 18 volt tool and batteries. It's obviously it's cordless. It's 300mm, but I'm not sure which part is 300mm. I think this is 300mm, but by the time that some of it's inside, you can only cut through, I think it's 225 roughly millimeters. And it's an RSC1830-140B model. So we're done with that box. You can go online, do some of this stuff, register it, you get a 3-year warranty then. If anything goes wrong, you can send it back. It doesn't matter if it's come second hand. Second hand as in like this one, it's brand new off eBay. It's not been registered before, so if you have a first register, then you'll be alright. So, cut that bag open for the chain. Put that chain on there because we're not sure if it's going to be lubed up or not. And then it's as simple as putting this chain on. So, I'll just unfold this. Put the chain around here. And then pop the chain in there. So we'll move that guard, move that knife, that's not good anymore either. We'll put that oil in outside. And then there's a track in here. And you just want to put these inside the track and go all the way around. So it looks something like this. And then, once we've got this, there is a bit of oil on it, you can see on the hands. You just want to pop it in that side, so I think you're going to have to take that side off first. So I'll be back in a minute, I'm quite oily now. So I just grabbed some paper towel, it is quite lubed up. I think if you loosen this off, you should be able to get in this side. So I'll spin this around. See, this is becoming wobbly. And now you can get it off. So the next thing is to put this on. And I believe it probably just sits on here. Okay, so I've figured this out. This moves left and right. So if you spin it, that will tighten through that rotator. So if you make it as far anti-clockwise as possible, that makes this distance as short as possible, so you can get that over here. Use that pin there, you're going through this hole. So wrap the chain around that cog, put it over that hole like that, and then just make sure that the blade itself is in here. Might take a bit of fiddling or whatever, and then you can tighten this back up. As it tightens up, you'll see that the chain will tighten up and it'll push itself into the right place. Just make sure that your chain is still very handy. Your chain is still in that track. Mine has fallen out of that track. So I'm just going to slacken it off again so I can get it in. Hold it in place, and you just want a bit of slack on it. So So next step is to put that cover back on. The thing is, I don't want to make that too oily, so I'm going to go and wash my hands properly and then we'll put it back on. Okay, so put this casing back on, make sure it lines up with your roll, and you just want to twist that to tighten it back on. And you'll know when it's tight because it won't wobble anymore. So that seems tight enough to me. And it looks like we've got ourselves a chainsaw ready made up. I will quickly just measure what this distance is, and then that will tell us what logs we can chop through. So from base to end you're looking at 270 mils. Obviously your log's going to get stuck on this side, so you're probably only going to get this much that's usable. 230, 200 to be safe, 225, something like that. So I'll probably keep it to 200 to 225, which is about 8 to 9 inches that it'll cut through. And obviously the thicker the log, the less cuts you're going to get, so 2-inch branches that I'll be cutting outside in a minute are going to be different to 4, 5, 6-inch logs that I've got to chop up as well. And there'll be a difference in between using a 4 amp battery and a 2.5 amp battery, but we'll test that as we go. So my next step is to put oil in here, in this indicator. Now apparently you are meant to put oil in it every time you put a 4 amp battery in this. So if you've got 40 cuts done on a 2-inch, 3-inch log and your battery's drained, fill this reservoir back up to keep your chain lubed up, and it will be the best possible cut then. So I'll meet you outside, we'll top it up with oil and we'll go again. So now I'm just going to tilt this on its side, unscrew this and then put in this oil. I reckon that this oil will fill that reservoir. Just need to get something to pierce it. And then you just pour this in here. Yep, that looks like most of it. I might try and get a little bit more out later. Spin that back on. There's a min here. There is no max, but it's past the min line down here when it's flat. I would just probably top it up with some chainsaw oil when I've finished doing this. I've got the 4 amp battery, which is just about fully charged. And it just pops in there, and like you can see, 50-50 weight distribution. So next step is to boot up, put the goggles on, and then cut down some of these trees. So one thing we need to test is that tight? It's too tight. So you can untwist it on here, then put the battery back in. You don't want to be doing it with battery in case you accidentally hit something. And then ears. Pull it back. You can disengage safely. And it'll spin. quite easy cut through that. For the next test I was going to cut through something a bit bigger. You can see within seconds, cuts through ½ inch in about a second. Within seconds, cut through quite a lot. I'll probably sum it up when I'm inside when I've done this with some pros and cons, and I'll catch you inside. So I'm back inside and cleaned up a bit, and I just wanted to give a quick summary. It lasted about 16-18 feet of that tree off that one battery. That's all I needed it to last. There was still juice in that battery, so I got a couple of hours, probably 3-4 hours that evening to cut down the trees. Obviously it wasn't cutting continuously, it's just it cuts for a few seconds and then it doesn't, but I got more than the 40 cuts it was saying. Ranging between the ½ inch we saw up to like 3 inch sort of stuff. It was a lot easier than my corded chainsaw that I've got. I've got no experience on petrol, but for what it was worth, I would highly recommend getting yourself a 18-volt cordless chainsaw. Cons. Obviously there was a lot of grime and stuff. I had to take this cover off after I'd cut everything. You're gonna get that with everything, oil and sawdust and stuff just mixing together, it all just needs tidying up. And then I've got a slight oil leak somehow coming off this chain. You can see it on the bottom here. So just be careful when you're putting it down on stuff. I've put it inside and there were a pool of oil on the kitchen floor. Other than that, this works great. It's a lot easier than having to take it off each time and adjust it with a spanner like I did with the corded one. But yeah, if you need to do quite a few trees, go for it. Thanks for watching the review, and I'll be back soon with some more beer reviews. Cheers.